Hey, this is Frank with thebraingarage.com, and the idea that doing what you love is obsolete. And that's because everyone in this day and age can do what they love, because this notion is usually attached to the concept of something creative, of something in a helping style role. And everyone today can be on the internet. They can be a writer, a musician, an animator, a talking head, an illustrator, what have you. Everybody has the tools, many of which are free, in order to express themselves, to be creative, and indeed to help others. You can easily put a free ad on Craigslist saying that you are a relationship doctor or someone who is available to talk to those, let's say, who are feeling down or divorced or this or that. You can volunteer at an animal shelter if you love animals. So what people are actually saying when they used to say, I just want to do what I love, is that they want to be paid for doing what they love. And that is also possible. But it requires all of us to reconfigure the statement. What you really should be saying is, I want to be paid for doing what I love. I want to be able to support myself and my family by doing what I love, which is a higher level question, a higher level goal, really, and it is also achievable. You can do it, but you have to start thinking differently. If you go to YouTube, there are 12 and 13-year-old kids making money doing what they love, and that's because they don't have any concepts of what's important or valuable. They are literally just talking to their peers on YouTube about, let's say, fashion or jewelry or clothes or video games, what have you. And that, to me, is really kind of cool, because they really show us, especially the teenagers, that you can make money doing what you love, and it doesn't have to be very, very complicated. They just do it. They speak from the heart to their native audience, and they're doing it. And some of these kids, let's say under 18 years of age, are just posting on Facebook and social media and YouTube and what have you, and attracting an audience, some of which is not paid. They literally are doing what they love as kids expressing themselves. But I want to get back to us, the adults who are listening, and encourage you to realize that these are two different things. If you have ever been taught or fallen into the concept of saying, I want to do what I love, well, you can start doing it right now. You can start doing it today simply because you actually love it. However, if you want to ask yourself the second question, which is, how do I get paid to do what I love? Well, that's going to require a little bit more work. And as we saw in the first example, perhaps you don't want to work. Perhaps you just want to receive money in order to be free to do what you love. And that's okay. Much harder to achieve if you weren't born into wealth or magically come across a subsidy, but they really are two different questions. And I would say that when you are presented with the reality of learning how to make a living doing what you love, the thing you love is going to have to evolve. You're going to have to get much better at it, first of all. Secondly, be a little bit more realistic and go where the customers are, and at least speak to the customers so they understand that what you're doing is of value to them. You can get paid to do what you love, but you need to add that to the equation, which is, going back to what I initially said in the beginning of this message, why doing what you love is obsolete. It's really two different things. You can do what you love today if it's truly what you love, and don't expect any financial remuneration. If you want to get paid to do what you love, you've got to realize that you're asking yourself and the audience to do something a little different. You're going to have to offer more, be better at it, and understand what people are willing to pay for in terms of the category of thing that you love, whether it be music or art or performance or helping. Just as an example to close this, I do know a few people who love animals and love caring for animals, and they have dog walking businesses and shops set up, and that allows them to save animals, which I understand is very important to a lot of folks. But in order to be able to afford to save animals, you need revenue to do that, just to feed the animals and to often take care of their medical needs or to place them in new homes. So it can be done, and I encourage you to follow through and really just do a little bit harder thinking about what it is that you love and whether or not you can derive an income from it. If you don't think you can, then just do what you love without a worry. Anyway, that's all for now. This is Frank with thebraingarage.com. Thank you for listening. You can gain instant access to over 300 of our hypnosis, meditation, brainwave music, sleep programming, and affirmation MP3s when you become a member of thebraingarage.com. Thanks again. And remember, you can do what you love today.